Hey y'all, welcome to Sunshine Haze. I am Aja A. For all my new subscribers, hello, hey, welcome to everybody that has already subscribed, everybody that already knows me. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in again. As I do in the beginning of all of my videos, thank you, as I said, to all of my subscribers. To my new subscribers, thank you to all of my clients, my tarot clients, especially the ones that I've gotten just from this YouTube channel. Thank you to all of my customers for purchasing, you know, your jewelry, tarot readings, numerology reports, natal chart reports, compatibility, all that good stuff. Check out my Etsy store. Send me an email if you have any questions. All that information is in the description box below for you guys. So we're here with a video, which means what's poppin', something with the moon, of course. As you guys know, we just started, the moon stuff moves pretty quickly. So a couple weeks ago, we came into a new lunar cycle starting in Aries, and now it is time for the full moon. And this full moon is in a water sign. It's in Scorpio. So before I get into that, as I said, you guys, we're getting ready to end the Aries lunar cycle. So we are coming to a close on new beginnings, getting things started as far as ourselves go, as far as, you know, our personal lives, what we want, what we need, and setting ourselves up to actually make it onto that path. Okay. You know, this is a fire lunar cycle, so we are getting ready to ease up a little bit off of, you know, all of the action. We're getting ready to go into what's next, y'all? Earth. We're getting ready to ease up and off of the action and really stabilize, really get things popping. But before we get into the next lunar cycle, let's talk to you about ending this lunar cycle. So we've got a full moon in Scorpio. As you guys know, the full moon comes around the end of the month. This full moon is going to be on April 29th, and it's going to be at, let's see if I can remember, 8:58 p.m. I remember it's gonna be at 8:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are in the world, give or take a couple hours, a few hours, do your calculations. 8:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's gonna be in 9 degrees of Scorpio. So for those of you that might just be tuning into your first full moon video on the Sunshine Haze channel, or for those of you that just have never even heard of this crazy stuff, a full moon is literally just the time when the moon, the earth, and the sun are all aligned, and the side of the moon that is illuminated is facing us. So it's a time where we're shedding light on things, where things are coming to light, secrets are coming out. And then the full moon also has to do with ending cycles, ending phases, release, and letting go and phasing things out. As I say in all of my full moon videos, especially because I am a Cancer sun and Cancer moon, so I am just ruled by the moon on all over the place. I pick up a little bit more on the energy that happens during these lunar cycles, and what I tend to notice is that during the new moon, you know, people aren't as, you know, sappy or emotional. They tend to be very anxious and a little snappy. During the full moon is when, you know, people blame things on the moon. It's the full moon, she's acting like that because it's the full moon. During the full moon, because we're dealing with release, and it is the planet that governs our emotions, we're dealing with the release of our emotions. So it can be a little bit more of a sappy, more depressive, more heavy time, depending on what energies you're working with. Okay. Let's get right into it, guys. I gave you a lot of information in that new moon in Aries video. So if you guys are interested in knowing what this whole lunar cycle has been about, what's going on, what you guys should have been working on, what's coming into play, go on and check out that Aries video. I've got the link down in the description box as well. And even though we are now on the full moon, those tarot forecasts that I put up last throughout the lunar cycle, so those are still very relevant. So if after watching this video, definitely go check out that. Sorry guys, I crack my knuckles and people think it's gross. They're not doing it this time. There we go. Go check out those videos. that energy, those videos are relevant to you right now, and can actually probably help you out a little bit during this time, depending on what it is that y'all have going on. As I said, let's get right into it. We are going into a full moon in the sign of Scorpio. Fellow water sign, I love the water element. To all of my water babies out there, when the moon is in the water element, it's a pop-in time for us, and that could be on a positive front or it could be on a negative front. And personally, during water moons, I notice that I be a little effed off. So I don't know how this moon is going to affect you guys, but it is a full moon in the emotional element, the water element. So this could be a little intense, you guys, and we are in an intense lunar cycle, even though the Pisces, Libra new lunar cycle was very intense, very important. Going into the Aries lunar cycle is just as important, but in a different aspect. It has to do a lot more with action. But now that we're coming off of this lunar cycle, bringing it to a close, we're dealing with the full moon in the opposite sign of, well, the moon is in Scorpio, but the opposite sign of Aries, full moon in Scorpio. So let's talk a little bit about Scorpio. I love Scorpios. One of my best friends is a Scorpio. That's funny. I say I love Scorpios, but I'm not really surrounded by that many Scorpios. Another one of my best friends, I believe, is a rising Scorpio too. My dad has a Scorpio moon. You know, water. I love water people. But so the Scorpio is the constellation of the Scorpion. It is a very, very passionate sign, and with the full moon being in this passionate sign of Scorpio, what we're going to be dealing with is the end of this lunar cycle, really shedding some light on our deepest desires. So that could be your secrets, that could be your goals, your ambitions, but this full moon in Scorpio is going to shed some light on, you know, and as we're in the Aries cycle, what do you really want? What do you really need? The Scorpio moon is here to say, okay, if you haven't gotten to it by this point with Aries, the new moon being in Aries, here is, ding, 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 here is a clue for you. This is what you need. This is what you want. This is what you truly desire. And with the sun being in Taurus, this full moon in Scorpio is going to be very indulgent, because Taurus is a very indulgent sign. It has to deal with pleasure and sensuality also. Taurus is a very, I think I said sensuality, a very loving sign. So the full moon being in Scorpio opposite the sun in Taurus is kind of like, okay, we're going to be looking at what we really want, what's really pulling at our heartstrings. And with the sun being in Taurus, we're just going to be like, okay, fuck it, let's go balls to the wall and go for what it is that we want. So you guys may be a little impulsive during this time. I do want to say that with the full moon being in Scorpio and the sun being in Taurus, Taurus is so damn stubborn. So we're really going to be in a position to where we're like, oh, I want that, or I want that person, or I need this in my life. And because the sun is also in Taurus, we're going to be set on going for it. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially because we're in the Aries lunar cycle. So we're going to be looking at what it is that we really need, what we really want. And with this Taurus energy and the Scorpio is a very determined sign as well. It's probably the most determined out of the water element. So we're just going to be in this headspace, kind of like tunnel vision. Like, that is for me. That is what I'm going for. Fuck what you heard, okay? Because this is what it's all about right now. Me, Aries. And I need Scorpio, okay? Another aspect, another characteristic of the Scorpio sign is mystery. So this plays into a little bit of Jupiter being in Scorpio. I also have a video up on that, and in that video I talk a lot about this being a time where things are going to be coming to light. Hidden aspects of situations or things that you previously couldn't tap into or just didn't know or couldn't find a way to figure them out. Jupiter in Scorpio is going to be lifting the veil for us. But the full moon in Scorpio is kind of going to be the initiation to, okay, what is it that's going on? What do we need to see? Prime example, and this is I'll kick it to you guys on a wider scale. Prime example, for those of you that don't know, I am like a 5th year Howard student. I don't know how many years it's been. I have about a semester left on my degree. You know, financial aid, the way that life is set up, I have not graduated yet. For those of y'all, especially my fellow Bison, and then I also want to put this out there, only Howard students can hate on Howard, okay? We're the only people that get to talk shit about our school. The rest of y'all, keep it in your heads. But, you know, there was recently a scandal in the news, and it's a scandal, but it's the truth, and I can attest to knowing that things like this do go on in this office. But a whole bunch of embezzlement behind the people in the financial aid building. You know, that's some Jupiter and Scorpio coming into the full moon in Scorpio, coming off of the new moon in Pisces, because Pisces has a lot to do with the unknown as well. And we're coming into, you know, revelations with the Pisces lunar cycle, but all playing into this full moon in Scorpio with Jupiter and Scorpio. So we're raising the veil. Mysterious things that, you know, need to come to light are going to start to come to light during this time. And it's just intensified with that Jupiter and Scorpio energy. But this is probably going to be a time of like revelations, realizations, and that's typically new moon type of stuff. However, because we're dealing with Scorpio and we're talking about mystery, it's very possible that with the full moon illuminating all of these different aspects, there may be some secrets that come out. Everything done in the dark comes to light, and that is a true testament to Scorpio energy in the full moon and in Jupiter, okay? Also, as I touched a little bit on this earlier, Scorpio is a sign from the water element, team water. We emotions on 10. But, you know, we be chilling, going with the flow. But I'm not a Scorpio. I'm Cancer. Excuse me, guys. My allergies are so crazy. They kick in when they want to, and literally at the most inconvenient times. I was doing a reading the other day, and my nostrils were fine. And literally in the middle of the reading, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know where my allergies are coming from. So I apologize for the sniffles. I don't know why my allergies just started messing up, but springtime, whatever. I'll take allergies over freezing. You know, sacrifices. Win some and you lose some. Gotta take L's every now and then. But okay guys, let's bring it back. So we're talking about the water sign, Scorpio being in the water sign. When the moon is in a water sign, it is very harmonious. However, when the moon is in a water sign and it's during the full moon part of the lunar cycle, it typically comes in as a little bit of a cleanse. So with the full moon coming in the sign of Scorpio and it being a water sign, what we're going to be dealing with is release. And this release is going to have to do with the unknown. This release is going to have to do with things that we couldn't figure out. So we're cleansing our vision, cleansing the clutter out of our lives, and with Scorpio in the moon to show us, okay, these are things that you didn't know. These are things you need to get rid of them. Also in the same sense, because we're talking about Scorpio dealing with passion and our deepest, darkest desires, talking about a cleansing of our intimate relationships, talking about a cleansing of our perspective on the things that we want. So you may have an approach to certain things in your life that may actually be for you, but the way that you're approaching them could be wrong. The Scorpio full moon is coming in to say, okay, hey, you're not doing this right. Let's move this out the way. Give you some space to actually do it correctly. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. All right. So another aspect of Scorpio is that it is a fixed sign, and I don't touch too much on the fixed sign because I'm a cardinal. So I don't know if everybody is like me, but you be looking up stuff that has to do more with your own life. So I don't do a lot of research on the fixed sign. So it was actually very cool to look up the stuff for this video because I learned a lot when doing this research myself. And I'm about to kick it to y'all. So Scorpio is a fixed sign, and the fixed signs come in the middle of the season. So Scorpio is in the middle of the fall season, and the fixed signs tend to do with stability and showing us stability building. Cardinal signs initiate, mutable signs kind of move the change through. But fixed signs actually are the builders. They are the people that really make things happen. You know, they take the idea and they really build on it and bring it into fruition for us. So Scorpio being a fixed sign, and the full moon being in Scorpio, it's really going to have a lot to do with showing us how to develop and how to bring these things that we've manifested and are trying to get going with the new moon in Aries. So the Scorpio moon, I'm a little nervous because it's Scorpio, and Scorpio is such an intense sign, and the moon is emotions. So it may be an intense time period for you guys, and as I always say, and I'll touch more on this at the end, but there may be some people who are really affected, and then those people are either going to be affected extremely well, or it's going to be a little chaotic, okay? So as I've been doing in my videos recently, I've been trying to bring in a little bit of numerology into the lunar cycle and stuff. I'm very interested in what these numbers mean and how the moon being in certain degrees plays into my life, everybody else's life. So I'm going to kick a little numerology to you guys about this Scorpio full moon. The Scorpio moon is in 9 degrees, which, if you know anything about numbers, 9 is a highly spiritual number. And it's a very, when looking at life paths, it's like the highest of the very high spiritual vibration. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But the number 9 deals with endings and transformation and phases and phasing things out. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is a planet. It's literally the transformative planet, even though, you know, they try to play Pluto and they call it a dwarf planet. It is still very important in the natal chart, and it's very important in respect to what's going on in our lives. So 9 is a transformative number. Scorpio being ruled by Pluto is a very transformative sign. And although we're not really dealing with Pluto well, we just started a Pluto retrograde. I have a video up for that as well. You guys can check that out too. I'll probably link it down below, but I may forget. So if I don't, it's somewhere on my channel. But if I remember, it's down in the description box, y'all. Okay, back to the numerology. Transformation, endings, and it's a full moon. So this is, y'all, this full moon is actually going to probably, as I said with Aries, this is really the time where we come in to put in this action for all these things that we've been planning since the end of last year, beginning of this year. The full moon in Scorpio is literally here to shed some light on how to change our thought process, how to change our actions to really, really, really get these things that we're supposed to be building up to come into play harmoniously. Let's talk a little bit about 29, because this full moon is on the 29th day. I'm a 29 baby. I was born on June 29th. 11 gang, 11, 11, gang, gang, gang in this bitch, gang in this bitch. All of my Berry Tales friends that watch Berry Tales, y'all. The 11 wasn't a part of that, but there's a play on the 11 gang, and Lil Grizzly be singing that. Is it Grizzly or Loud Pack that be singing that? I don't know. If y'all don't watch Berry Tales, definitely watch Berry Tales, and maybe y'all could help me out and get cartoon management to put out the 4th season. Hello, we're waiting. We want Berry Tales season 4. No, art is a process, so not to rush you or anything, but yo followers, yo viewers want the 4th season. Anyways, okay, back to 29. So 29 breaks down to 11, but let's kick it back a little bit. So master number 11, I've got a video on that as well. The 11 carries the vibe of enlightenment and of healing and of creativity, right? We had the full moon in Libra in the degrees of 11, and that was shedding some light on the things that needed to be healed. And because it was in Libra, it was it had a karmic vibe to it, so it is almost like divine timing. Everything that's going on during the Libra cycle was for us to really, you know, set things up to where we can fall into alignment with the things that are lined up for us, right? We're coming into another full moon, and this full moon is on the 29th day, playing off of that Libra enlightenment and going into the Scorpio element, the water element. We're now going to be healing the things that we didn't know needed to be healed. So that's what I was saying about the mystery of Scorpio. But now that we're talking about numerology, the things that were unknown, Scorpio brings to light. The things that are truly important for us, Scorpio is going to bring to light. So what we're going to be dealing with is shedding light on, playing off of that 11 degrees full moon in Libra, going into the next full moon in Scorpio, shedding light on now what needs to be healed that we did not know about. So what I'm talking about right now is suppressed emotional trauma, possibly a lot of childhood issues that may have been swept under the rug. You know, being grown now, and everybody has their own story, but on a day-to-day, you remember things like, wow, I forgot all about that. And then you start to think about, wow, I see now why my life is the way that it is, or why I act the way that I act. This Scorpio full moon is going to show you, like, okay, this is a little bit of an issue in your life, but it stems from this, and this now needs to be fixed. This now needs to be healed. So this is, as I said, this year is not going to let up. We're in an 11 year, which is all about enlightenment and healing. So it's no surprise that these full moons are falling into these degrees, and they have everything to do with our personal healing, our spiritual healing. And then just to play, excuse me guys, sorry, just to play a little bit more on the actual numerology, 2 has to do with cohesiveness, peace, and harmony. And 9, again, transformation, ending. So really, really, really getting out of there what we don't need anymore. Really, really, really clearing out space and energy, and really time to transmute, you know, dense and negative energy, so that we can bring in this positive. Because as I say in literally almost every single video, Saturn is in Capricorn. I be saying this to my friends and they be getting on my nerves, and when things they don't listen, I say, listen, Saturn is in Capricorn. That's all I have to say about that. So Saturn is in Capricorn, and you know, it's time to build up and break down. And Scorpio is probably going to play more into the breakdown of things, but it's not, it may come off, it may seem negative, but it's actually not a negative thing. This is all very imperative to your healing, and our growth, to be completely honest. And then lastly, we're ending the 4th month, which is April. Say, what is the 4th month, guys? Oh my gosh, I'm recording a lot of videos today, so all this information is kind of jumbling together for me, so I apologize. But we are talking about Scorpio, we are talking about the full moon, and we are talking about April 2018. So the 4th month has to do with building, creation, and as I said, we are illuminating things. So the new moon in Aries being in the 4th month is us taking action and building. With the full moon being in the 4th month, it's going to show us how we actually need to set up these foundations. It doesn't have much to do with the action, but it's going to show us the ins and outs and the how-tos and the do's and don'ts of what needs to be going on for us, one, in this lunar cycle, and things to carry with us throughout the year. Okay, all right guys, are we almost there? We're almost there. Yay. Look, even still, I still be la la la. I can never talk. I get tongue twisted in literally every single video, but I still be feeling like these videos are hella long. But then I upload my videos and I see the other videos on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, an hour and 45 minutes. What could you possibly be talking to me about for an hour and 45 minutes? But these people actually be kicking a lot of good knowledge, dropping a lot of good knowledge, and I appreciate them. I do a lot of my research on YouTube, on the internet, in astrology books. But if you are like me, you want the gist, and you do not want to spend your whole day sitting watching a video. But then also, you guys could just pop your earphones in and listen to these videos as well. But Mine are under 30 minutes, so I hope that, you know, if you want the information kicked to you quickly and, you know, good info, I hope you watch the videos. Again, this full moon being in Scorpio is definitely a time to release, and it's more so going to be a time to release things clouding up our deepest desires and our truest needs. So anything that's blocking you from going down that path of success towards what it is that you want, or anything that is stopping you from being able to achieve the things that you need to achieve, the Scorpio full moon is definitely going to shed some light on how to work through those blockages. With it being in 9 degrees on the 29th day, we're definitely dealing with this full moon helping us come in and change our lives or set us up for the major transformation that's coming in during this 11 year, because just in general, the 11 year is some wild shit, and it's not bad wild shit, but it is intense energy. And you know, the universal year number is typically supposed to be a more subtle energy, but because it's a master number, why did I think we were going to be chilling? You know, I'm a master number myself. I should have known. It's the full moon's in a water sign. Yay! But like not really, because emotions. But definitely good time for cleansing. I will say, you guys, after this full moon in Libra, after this period, once the new moon in Taurus. Yes. Wait. No, I'm sorry. I've been mixing these up. Once the new moon in Gemini starts, you'll feel a lot lighter. A lot of that weight is going to be removed and transmuted with this full moon in Scorpio. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Bless me. My Grammy says after you, it's an old Southern saying. I don't know where from, but when you sneeze after saying something, it means that it's true. So, you know, the work being done during this full moon in, I was going to say Libra, I'm sorry, not Libra, yeah. Full moon in Scorpio is going to be very important, and it may be, you know, I'm not going to lie, it is going to be intense. Scorpio's an intense ass sign, and the moon is emotion, so, excuse me, y'all. So, you know, this may be a little bit of a rough time for you guys, for us, for anybody, especially the people who are, either Scorpios, have a lot of water in their chart, or Scorpio moon or water moons, or cardinal signs. No, I'm sorry, or fixed signs. So Scorpio, what else do I have? Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. I told y'all I don't know nothing about anybody other than myself. I can tell y'all the cardinal signs though. You may be heavily affected, especially if you have personal planets in 9 degrees, so give or take a few, 3 or 4 degrees. Sun, moon, or rising, for sure. For sure, moon. If you really got that degree around that moon, and especially if you got a Scorpio moon or a water moon, just expect for this to be intense and important for you. Even your Mars, Mercury, or Venus, if you have degrees close to 9, you can expect to be dealing with a little bit of change in your life. It's an array of people that will be heavily affected by this moon, but more so if water, Scorpio, or fixed. You guys will probably be affected. And as I always say, when you are somebody that is truly affected by the moon, especially my Scorpios and water people, really popping or really not popping. This being a full moon, I'm gonna just keep it real. It may not be the most popping time. Like, it's gonna be a little intense. But watching this video, you know the energy that you're working with, so you may be able to prepare yourself and be able to move through it a lot more smoothly. As I said, emotions are going to be on 10. Full moon, release, crying. Everybody's going to be crying. Sorry. Everybody's going to be upset about something. Full moons, I'd be crying at, like, American Idol. I don't even watch American Idol, but it'd be that serious. So, you know, just prepare yourself. This is a good time to do full moon intentions. If you did not catch my blog for last month's full moon intentions in Libra, I'm going to go on and put a link down in the description box below for you guys. So, you know, if you're interested in starting full moon intentions, or you want to change the way you want to see how I do my stuff, go on and click that link. It's not very extensive. I have sage and stones and a lighter. You know, it's not as serious as it sounds, which is why I don't call it a full moon ritual. That word makes it sound like we're doing something mad crazy, mad wild, but we're really just burning some paper, releasing things, writing things into existence, and releasing them. All right, guys, time to wrap up this video. How long are we? What are we at right now? We went 30 minutes in, so I hope I kicked some good information to you. I hope that this stuff can actually help you prepare for this full moon and help you move through the end of this lunar cycle and prepare you for the new moon in Gemini. I can't believe, like, geez, it's already like May. Like, we're already in May. That's crazy. Gosh, guys. What is that? That little video, the little meme. Wow. That's how I feel. Wow, we're already coming up on May. Whew. Take a breather. Everybody take a breather. Really take a breather, especially because it's a full moon. If you feel like you need to get some zen, definitely meditate. If you are not like I like to sit still type of person, and you're an artistic individual, go on and create something. If that's not your wave and you like to move around, go to the gym, go work out, keep yourself sane during this time. This Scorpio full moon is not finna play with y'all. I'm just gonna keep it completely real with you guys. And, you know, check out the new moon in Aries video so you can get a sense of what this whole lunar cycle is about. Those tarot forecasts, as I said, are still relevant and will be for the next couple of weeks until we come into the Taurus lunar cycle, solar Gemini season. I'm trying to be able to just call those off the top of my head because they're very easy to remember. I don't know why it's so hard for me to just say them out loud. And also check out that Jupiter and Scorpio video because it has a lot to do with what I've said in this video and gives you a little bit of information for the year and what to expect as far as with, you know, Saturn being in Capricorn breaking shit down, and then also this being an 11 year. Check out all the videos. They're all on my page. Just go watch all of them, please, and thank you. I really appreciate it. If you're interested in booking a reading or purchasing any of my services like natal charts, compatibility charts, numerology reports, I'm sorry, not charts, because you can find your own chart online, but if you want a detailed report, I do those. Numerology reports, as I said, readings, and I also make custom jewelry. I am bringing in new jewelry pieces, so it will not just be pendants now. I will now be selling keychains and also bracelets and whatever else I can think of. But if anything new comes in, I will announce it in whatever next video I put up, y'all. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I always feel so bad because I keep looking at my notes, but I'm going to just be completely honest. I will probably always have my notes in these videos, so sorry, y'all. But thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with me. To all of my subscribers, I know people expect like super rapid growth, but I'm still shocked at. I still think this growth is pretty quick for me. And thank you to my customers, to my clients, to all of my subscribers, my new subscribers. Drop a comment if you have any questions. Drop that as well. I check the channel pretty frequently and I do respond to everybody for the most part, unless you put some wild shit up under my videos, it gets deleted. What else? I said comment, like the video, hit that little thumbs up button if you like the video. If you feel moved to share this information, which this is good information to share, but if you really feel moved to do so, please share the video. I appreciate it. Spread love. That's how we build our business out here, especially us, you know, spiritual, intuitive, you know, energy healers or whatever you want to call us, mystics, whatever. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell if you want to keep up with when I put out videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.